Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I had to endure an atrocious undercard, one of the worst undercards I've ever seen. A shitload of natural anthems. Like, bro, I really miss HBO boxing because they understood the attention span of the audience. They just kept with the flow. The flow was perfect. No, not a lot of filler, not a lot of bullshit. Just get straight to two fights. Now we got to endure all these unwatchable fights on undercards and extra anthems. Damn, it's just time consuming and yo, you fall asleep sometimes waiting for these fights to start. But let's talk about Artur Beterbiev's latest title defense and what was one of the more interesting fights of his career, fighting an Heyman advised fighter. The fight, the way it materialized was kind of funny. Browne was rated number 10. Then all of a sudden, he leapfrogged 9 other contenders to get this spot. Was installed as the mandatory for whatever reason. And Browne, he's been up and down, had good performances coming up. Then he failed the test against Pascal, and it was expected he would not deliver tonight. He was a major underdog. I didn't take any action in this fight. It just wasn't worth it. I don't trust Marcus Browne. Didn't trust his durability, and there was no value betting on Artur Beterbiev. The only thing you could have bet on was the over, which it went over, or you could have bet Beterbiev to knock him out 7-12. You probably would have gotten plus money. So there was only a couple of options to bet in this fight for the Beterbiev side. But I didn't take any action. The juice was too high for Beterbiev by knockout. So we just enjoyed the fight, and it was a solid fight, man. I mean, it was very rough. It was physical. I mean, Browne really tried. He tried to use his physical attributes. His southpaw style, his speed, which was effective the first 2 rounds. But by the third, fourth round, Beterbiev was closing the distance. He was starting to land shots, and he was starting to impose his physicality, strength, and punching power. And he eventually submitted Browne and stopped him within 9 rounds. But it was a rough fight. It was a good fight. It was an entertaining fight. I mean, Browne made the right decision in not getting up. He was taking a beating. He was getting his ass whooped. The fight was pretty much over from the fourth round on, and it was just only a matter of time for Beterbiev to do the job and get himself another knockout victory, which he did, 17 in a row. It's been a stagnated career. It's been up and down. It's been a lot of delays. I mean, Beterbiev, it is what it is. He's 36 years old, but now we need to see him in a big fight since the prime of his career has pretty much wasted away. But he's still a relatively fresh 36. He's not faded 36. He still has some left. He's still strong. He still can punch. And he's the man to watch in the light heavyweight division. I mean, he's the guy to watch at light heavyweight. After what you just saw with Bevel, I mean, I fell asleep in his last fight. I fell asleep in the fourth round. Pretty much everyone who watched that shit fight fell asleep. So if Canelo's gonna fight anybody at light heavyweight, it's this guy. It'll be a good fight. It'll be a physical fight. But in my eyes, Canelo beats him. The only question is, will he beat him by knockout or by decision? But Beterbiev does have a chance. He's strong. He's got pedigree. He'll be the bigger guy, but he's training himself to make 175. He's pretty much a weight bully at this weight class because he can't cut it in the cruiserweight division. Can't hang with them big boys, so that he needs to take advantage of the smaller guys at light heavyweight. Well, that's his major asset. He's a very strong guy at 75. Overpowers you. He can take your power, and Browne just wasn't good enough. He didn't have the firepower. He didn't have the counter-punching skills. He didn't have enough conditioning, and he didn't have enough durability to really impose much of a threat. But he fought the best he could, but got stopped. And Beterbiev moves on with another title defense, and we're gonna see what's next for him. There are options at light heavyweight. There's a Joe Smith unification, but that's not the plan. in store as of yet. But Beterbiev needs a big fight before, that age really start catching up to him. Because if Canelo fights him and whoops him, that's gonna be the excuse. So he was too old, he didn't have enough fights. But it will be a good fight, and it's the best fight that can be made at light heavyweight right now, Canelo and Beterbiev. But Canelo may have other plans. We'll see what he does. But this will be a good test for him. This will be a good fight. It will be one of the bigger fights in boxing. And Beterbiev will possibly be considered the biggest threat for Canelo. I mean, outside of an older Kovalev and Golovkin, Beterbiev would be considered the most live guy against him since those fights. I mean, those guys had a chance, Kovalev and even an older Kovalev and Golovkin, but Beterbiev will be the guy that will be considered a threat, will have a shot, and he will be more of a live dog than Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, and Callum Smith ever were. There's no doubt that Beterbiev is a better, more dangerous fighter than those guys. So it's a great fight. Hopefully that gets made. To me, that's the fight to make for Canelo. Bivol looked like he was boring. He looked like shit. It's not a big fight. Beterbiev is the man in the division. He's an exciting fighter. 17-0, 17 knockouts. It'd be a good fight, man, and it probably would do numbers if they put that fight on pay-per-view. So let's see if that's gonna be next. Hopefully, that's the fight I really would like to see the most. I think that's the most legitimate, most challenging opponent for Canelo at 175. At 175, but I don't think Beterbiev has what it takes. I don't think he has enough in his arsenal to beat the pound for pound king. But I still would like to see the fight, and I'd like to see if Beterbiev can prove me wrong. So let's make that next, man. That's the fight to make next. If Canelo's not going to cruiserweight, y'all let me know what y'all think about the fight, your thoughts. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.